Okay, hi guys, this is Pasi from Wartalk. I'm just going to show you how to open the rooftop tent and close it, and just watch out where it can hurt your fingers and all that. Okay. So on this side, we also have two leashes. And then it's the cover now. You have to remove the cover, corner by corner. Once you remove the cover, you have to pull out the ladder. Here are the two pins that you need to watch out. When you're standing on the tire here, just make sure that you stand nice and safely, because if you slip off, these two pins can hurt your fingers. Pull them out, and then you slide the ladder. Okay. Once you slide the ladder, when the ladder gets to this side, you need to make sure that it locks in. That's how it locks in. It makes a locking sound in, it clicks in. And then you just pull the tent out. Make sure that you watch out for the vehicle, because you don't want to scratch the vehicle. You pull the whole tent away from the vehicle. Okay, once you have opened your tent, now you need to put in the tent pegs. They are always in the vehicle, so you just grab them and then you remove them from the back here. You have 6 of them. 2 of them are long. They come on the sides, the long ones. 1 here and 1 on the other side. The 4 are the same size. Okay, so when you are putting on the poles, just make sure that you always go on the ladder for the front poles. So the first part that you're going to start with is down here. Put it through the hole. And then you pull the upper part, which is here. Okay. And then you do the other one on this side also. For the side ones, the ones that are a bit longer, you can open the vehicle door here, and then you can stand in the inside part of the vehicle here. You plug it in here in the hole, and then it goes up here. This is the other long one that goes on the other side. Stand on the back tailgate here. Okay. Then it goes up here, and then you have 2 left, which are for the back side. You can stand using pull yourself up. Okay, the other one goes in that hole. So once you have set up your hole, the opening of the tent, you can adjust the ladder. So there are 2 holes. One is there, one is where it's locked in now. Okay, now you see the ladder is standing on an angle, not as straight as it was. Okay, and then you can just go inside, open up the mosquito net. You have the black strings inside here. Okay, remove them when you're going to sleep. Always put them on in the morning before you close off your whole tent, because it helps to bring the whole tent together when you're folding it up and closing. Okay, this is how we disassemble the rooftop tent, just basically closing it down. Okay, we start with the mosquito net. You need to close it, and then you have the door of the tent. Pull it down. Okay, next you need to remove the poles. When you're removing the poles, make sure that you never pull them from here, because they can hit into your face or they can damage your eyes. So always remove them from the top. Okay, that's how you pull them out. And then you go to the next one, which is on this side. Always remove them from the top. Now we are going for the big long pole. You stand on the tailgate here, and then you always remove it from the top. You have this one. While you are up here, you can just remove it as well. Again, back on the tire, and then you can remove it from the top here. The one that is on this side, you can stand in the vehicle here. When you're removing, make sure that you always remove it from the top part here. So when you collect the poles, you don't want to leave them in the ground at the campsite. Make sure that you put them back in the back, and then you can put them in the vehicle. Okay. The next part is the ladder. You pull out the 2 pins again, and then you slide the ladder. So it needs to lock up on the holes up there. Okay. And then you go on the other side on the tire. If it's 2 people, then it's much easier also for you to close the tent. One can stand behind on the tailgate of the vehicle. The other one can stand on the tire. Some people like to travel solo, one person. So you can stand here, and then you can just grab the rain cover. You pull the tent, and then you try to tuck it in using your hands and your arms. Okay. And then you can come behind here, stand on the tailgate again, and then you can just lift up some parts here so that you can tuck it nicely in. So you have this. It's the first 2 leashes that you need to lock up before you go for the cover. You have one on this side, it's 2 of them. Okay, and then you pick up your cover. I always grab it by the leashes here, and then I just swing it. So you have 2 leashes on this side, 2 on the other side. That closes up with this. When you're putting on the cover, try to put it halfway, because if you pull it all the way, you struggle to get the other corners over. Okay. So once all 4 corners are halfway, you start pulling them down. Okay, so you go for the leashes. So with the leashes, it's always through the big hole here, down the small one. Okay, and that was the tutorial on how to open and close the rooftop tent.